Trajectory Tuesday. Actually took me a second to remember what day it was. There's a lot going on. And Sean, I know there's like many things flowing energetically. There's like a lot of foot. I hope I used that like word correctly. I was going for it. So over to you, Sean, on this Trajectory Tuesday.
Hey, Trajectory Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Welcome. Thank you, Fernando, for launching us from your heart. Super grateful. Thank you, Unblinded team, for getting us going each and every morning. Thank you, Miles, Matt, Chaz. Great job, guys. So yes, we are here. It is Trajectory Tuesday, and this week is about agreement formation. It's about yes. It's about confronting and dealing with our fear of rejection. But I'd be remiss if I didn't share that there's big happenings this weekend. So for those that are in our group training, our Elite One-on-One, we are having our Yes Immersion Weekend. And I'm so looking forward to seeing all of you. And I'm so, again, if that you're not in those programs and you're here, I'm so looking forward to seeing you at a future one. So, thank you for all of that. And so what's present for me as we approach this weekend is the love of people, like loving people, of being curious, being in our hearts, like love, curiosity, empathy, and decisiveness. Because it's all of those, like it's love, it's like empathy, some curiosity, and decisiveness equals exponential acceleration. That's how we unlock simple, fun, and magical micro distinctions. And so what's been present for me in leading what we're leading, and this is for you, for all of us, is how easy it is for us to delete, dilute, and distort micro distinctions, deleting, diluting, distorting. And a space, and this is from well-intentioned, incredibly caring individuals. And for those of you, I'll use, two of my favorite analogies. For those of you that have ever played a musical instrument, if you change the notes just slightly, you don't have the same song. Just a couple of the notes in a couple of the places, and things will sound completely differently. If you ever played football, for those that are out there, like my buddies, Tom Filatico, Joe Hagan, I think Ken Van Loo, and many others of you, if you were learning to play football and you were learning an offense, and the offense has 11 different players moving in sequence in different ways, positioned in different formations, depending upon what the play is, and then the micro distinctions around the play. So like in high school football, we ran a series called Splash and Dive. So let's pause. Like we all were pretty confident 13-year-olds as we hit 7th grade, and we started learning some plays, and we're like, yeah, like we know what we're doing, and we're all good, and we're confident, and we're athletic, and like let's go, and we know how to tackle people. We've been playing like in the schoolyard. But all those inherent skill sets, if we were just like, yeah, let's like run the play, and we played against, as freshmen, some schools. There's this one school, Bergen Tech, that would later have, I think, at least 3 players that went on to play Division I, including a kid that went to Notre Dame from that team. And when we were freshmen, we beat them like 34-6. And they were bigger than us. They were overall more athletic than us. They were stronger than us. And we killed them. Like it wasn't close. And the reason was because we understood the micro distinctions and how to make it all work together. Like when they ran a play, they were relying upon their inherent talents and abilities. And we were relying upon our system, our coaches, each other, right? Splash 247 straight, get off the ball, get off the ball, get off the ball, like together in these micro distinctions of execution, of precision. And you go, well, that doesn't sound like, is that really fun or heart-centered? Of course it was. And then we would hug each other and like cry after games, like not every game, but that happened too. It felt amazing. And so that's the decisiveness. And it starts though with curiosity of like, wow, like how do you do that? And how do you do that? And like, What if I move my foot just this way? And so as we think about how do we win the games 34-6, how do we have the standing ovation in the room when you're singing, when you're playing your instrument, versus polite golf clapping? How does the energy fill the room, they get up and roar? There's just slight micro distinctions that are different. And the same thing is why people say yes or don't say yes to you about merging ecosystems, and show up and deliver, bring the people they're supposed to bring, do what they're supposed to do. The same thing if you're speaking and they say yes or no to you. The same thing if they go from you're speaking into a sales meeting. The same thing if they go from a sales meeting into a yes. And the same thing if you're delivering your beautiful services and they're referring people. And the same thing if people are referring people. It's the same dynamic if you're scaling and having people that want to work with you. In all these, there's micro distinctions in agreement formation that leads us from hello to yes. And for today, that's what I want to leave us with, is where is your curiosity? Like, where is your curiosity? Not about, wow, I heard there's this like plant medicine seminar in like the mountains of Utah. And I think that's what I need. I think I need plant medicine to unlock my next level of consciousness. I'm not mocking it, right? I'm not saying anything about it. I'm using it as an example. You could have all the plant medicine seminars in the world. You could read and listen to all of the most motivational books imaginable. You could read Jack Welch's straight to the gut theories all day long, to be on the complete opposite side of your plant medicine seminar, right? But if we're not understanding the micro distinctions of what makes you congruently unique, opens people's listening to you, puts something at stake for them, how you have 4 different heroic unique identities that are essential and dozens more. You have a heroic unique identity as an ecosystem merger partner. You have a heroic unique identity as a speaker. You have a heroic unique identity as a provider of the services that you provide. You have a heroic unique identity as somebody who'd want to work with you and scale with you to come in.
Say that again.
You have a heroic unique identity as somebody who people want to work with and scale with you. So Fernando, interesting. Why did you say that? Now I'm super curious. It's awesome. Thank you for that. So what was present for you?
What was present for me is a container. You gave me a container. So they're always knew and felt and been stepping into shifting heroic unique identity, all those things. Now I know there's 4. Now that 4 is like, that is supportive of where I am in the conversation. It's yet another tool, another micro distinction.
Yeah, because think of it, everybody. And Fernando, you have a heroic unique identity as an uncle, as a son, as a brother, right? And they're all different. Like, right? Like we can get along very differently with our parents or our kids than if anybody has grandkids or niece and nephew, right? Like those things can be super different. So, or they're not, can be, usually they are. And that's because our identity is perceived differently. And maybe we show up differently in each of those relationships. So somebody's not necessarily going to want to come work with you and be, scaling with you in the same way they'd want you to come deliver as a speaker, perhaps, right? Because your skill sets as a speaker are one thing, and they're cherished and amazing. And perhaps, people are not seeing how working with you and scaling with you would make sense for them. And so for each and every one of us too, we have to have data points. And I want to lean into something really quickly a bit. And we are going to address this we're going to reformat the 8 a.m. mastery calls for those in mastery. And innocent, beautiful, wonderful souls are there and have a heart and desire to contribute. And some folks, the feedback would be, are just taking up way too much space and are talking way too much. And what we mean by taking up too much space is that there's a collective energy that what's being shared and received is suboptimal, not in service of the group. And I was at a Lions weekend at Tony Robbins' house a year ago. And Tony is so heart-centered, so loving, so caring, but man, He lit somebody on fire. He lit somebody on fire in taking up space and not having a sense and a presence for what the group was perceiving and needing. And that it was about them and not in service of the group, even if somehow they could rationalize that was in service of the group. So that would go into your heroic, unique identity as an ecosystem partner. That would go into your heroic, unique identity as an ecosystem partner and would lead to why people might say yes or no. And it's nothing to feel badly about. It's something to have like empathy for others and to take like corrective action. So for each of us, we have to ask ourselves, like, what do people think of me as a speaker? What do people think of me as an ecosystem partner? Well, heck, I don't even think of myself as an ecosystem partner. So how could they think of me as one? What do people think of me as somebody, as a leader and somebody to work and come scale with? And what would be amazingly powerful for people in this movement is maybe if you just ask other people and then, and in heart centeredness, the same way we do it on the Real Raw, you answer them honestly, like honestly, with love. Say, listen, I love you, but I'm going to tell you like what I perceive and I think other people perceive, and that would be amazingly powerful for each other, because the only way that we accelerate our yes and agreement formation is if we are asking and leaning into what is, and what are the unvoiced objections of why somebody isn't resonating and moving towards what you're up to. And rooted at why we may not want to ask that is because of how we frame rejection. And we'll talk more about how we frame rejection tomorrow. But I know we went long yesterday, and I'm really intentional, although forgive us for our passion and desire to serve and give. Sometimes we're going longer than intended. The outcome is to keep these to under 20 minutes. So, and really to move it to 15 minutes. So we're going to pause there. We're going to pick up with how we reframe rejection tomorrow. But present for today is your love, empathy, curiosity, decisiveness. Love, empathy, curiosity, decisiveness equals exponential acceleration through the unlocking of simple, fun, and magical micro distinctions. We cannot find micro distinctions and actualize them without curiosity, right? Curiosity and decisiveness cannot happen. And it's present here. And for this weekend, guys that are coming, you cannot even begin to imagine what we're going to be doing this weekend. My commitment is it will be the greatest immersive personal development experience anybody has ever had. And what I mean by personal development is the actualization of yes in these areas: ecosystem, emerging, speaking, sales, meaning sales, and the advanced level of acceleration in your mastery of the formula is the outcome, as well as shattering your fear of rejection and reframing it in simple, fun, and beautiful ways with some super intense dynamics and experiences, all in heart-centeredness and love, and a lot of fun as well. So Fernando, final.
Heart is exploding. I feel love radiating everywhere. It's receiving, it's coming, it's flowing, it's incredible. There's 4 heroic, unique identities, beautiful new container that is like noteworthy. Let's like check that box. Love, empathy, curiosity, decisiveness equals exponential abundance. Trajectory Tuesday. Thank you, Sean Callagy.
Yeah, listen, guys, love you. It is Trajectory Tuesday. Drop in the chat and carry around with you today. Who are you as an ecosystem partner, right? It's not, hey, I'm a good lawyer. Hey, I'm a good accountant. Hey, I'm a great chiropractor. Who cares for your ecosystem partnerships? We've been saying that for 4 months. I'm saying it different ways. People, if they're going to be your ecosystem partner, presume you're good at what you do. They want to know why they should be working with you, with the massive value you're going to add and how you do things for other people. So who are you as an ecosystem partner, and why would everybody want to be with you? Because you're a connector, you're a salesperson, you're out there, galvanizing energy, you're accountable, you're loving, you're heart-centered, like all those things showing up. Have a beautiful Trajectory Tuesday.